Hi there! We continue to discuss designing machine learning monitoring, and in this video we are going to discuss custom metrics in machine learning monitoring. Sometimes you might want to add a couple of use case specific metrics to your monitoring dashboard, which is totally fine. It can be metrics like business or product KPI, domain specific machine learning metrics, or maybe weighted or aggregated standard quality metrics. For doing this, quite often you need to implement your custom metric and add it to monitoring. Let us discuss what metrics we might want to add. First of all, it might be business or product KPIs or its proxies. Quite often, our product managers, business stakeholders, or domain experts ask engineers to add some business-specific metrics in order to understand better what is the model performance and how it fits for optimization of the business goals of your service. So let me bring up some examples to you. It can be manufacturing process optimization results like raw materials saved. For large language models powered chatbot, it can be a number of successful chat completions. For a fraud detection model, it can be number of detected fraud cases over 50 grand risk. Or for recommender systems, it can be somewhat like share of non-clicked blocks. Here are some tips I would like to bring up here. First of all, talk to your business stakeholders before you build the model, because they might come up with quite good assumptions of what to monitor, like what is the important business or product KPIs. Then you can benefit from those knowledge even on the stage where you perform some experiments, because you can calculate such metrics even during the evaluation, and it's always good to monitor for such metrics. And consider some approximation based on the expected impact as well. Quite often we cannot directly measure the business or product KPI, but we can come up with a very good proxy metric. And we're moving on to domain-specific machine learning metrics. Here are also quite a lot of examples, and I believe for someone who works in the specific domain, those metrics can be seen very standard, and this is totally fine. There is no standard separation between standard metrics and domain-specific metrics. So I'm just sharing the idea with you. It can be somewhat like lift metric for churn and telecommunication. It can be serendipity or novelty for recommender systems. For healthcare, it can be fairness metrics related to the use case. For speech recognition, it can be word, error rate, and for medical images, you might want to use something like Jacquard index. You might want to aggregate and weight some metrics, like for example, if you detect the data drift for the whole dataset, you might want not just, let's say, calculate the average data drift, right? But you might want to weight it by feature importance. For recommendation systems, you might want to check whether you introduce some bias into your recommender system. For instance, bias for popular products, bias for costly products, or bias for a specific product group, and you can add it to your monitoring dashboard as the metric. In case you work with unbalanced classification problem, you might want to weight your quality metrics by class, for instance, precision, recall, or maybe by different user group based on LTV. To sum up, there is no need to invent anything on the purpose. You don't need to invent any custom quality metric if you just do not need it. You don't need it, you do not invent it. But you might want to implement a custom evaluation metric when it better reflects important model qualities. It helps you to quantify some business impact of your service. It's useful for product and business stakeholders as well, or it is accepted in the domain and it's kind of a standard metric for this domain area. When you're in doubt, talk to your business stakeholders, because they can help you to figure out whether you need a specific metric, and if you do need, what kind of metric you might benefit from. That's it, and in the next video we are going to have a small practice and invent and implement our custom quality metric.